Many of the deadliest living beings on this planet don't kill you with sharp claws or deadly teeth, but rather are disguised by alluring appendages and delicious-looking fruit. Did you know that every year, hundreds of people around the world die from the poison lurking in everyday plants? From the jungles of South America to the deserts of Africa, nature's beauty hides a deadly side. Stick around as we explore the most dangerous plants on each continent, and how they could claim your life with just a single touch. This is part 1, where we'll be looking at the Northern Hemisphere, starting with Asia's deadly oleander. When you think of toxic plants, oleander might not immediately come to mind. It's beautiful, fragrant, and often graces gardens with its vibrant blooms. Behind its charm, however, lies a sinister secret. It's one of the most poisonous plants in the world. Native to Asia, oleander has spread far beyond its origins, thriving as an ornamental plant in warm climates. Its appeal is undeniable, but every part of this plant is a potential threat. From the leaves to the sap, even a small dose can lead to severe symptoms if ingested or touched. The danger begins with ingestion. A few bites of oleander can trigger violent nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. At its worst, it disrupts the heart's rhythm, leading to potentially fatal cardiac arrest. But it's not just eating it that's risky. The sap, when touched, can irritate the skin or inflame the eyes, leaving an uncomfortable reminder of the plant's toxicity. Thankfully, oleander's natural bitterness makes it unpalatable to humans and most animals, which keeps poisoning cases relatively rare. However, that bitterness doesn't always deter curious pets or small children, making it a silent menace in many gardens. This dual nature, beauty masking danger, is what makes oleander so fascinating and fearsome. The rosary pea, also known as Abrus precatorius or crab's eye, is a striking vine native to Indonesia. Its seeds, vibrant red with a single black spot, are undeniably eye-catching, but they hold a deadly secret. These seeds contain abrin, one of nature's most potent toxins. Just one chewed or crushed seed can be fatal. Abrin disrupts the body at the cellular level, halting protein production and leading to nausea, vomiting, organ failure, and, in severe cases, death. Surprisingly, intact seeds often pass harmlessly through the digestive system thanks to their tough outer shell. But if that shell is breached, the danger becomes very real. Despite their lethality, rosary pea seeds are used in jewelry and percussion instruments, raising the risk of accidental exposure. While easy on the eye, this plant reminds us that some of nature's most alluring creations are also its most lethal. Would you dare handle it? The pangi tree, native to the mangrove swamps of Southeast Asia, is a towering enigma of danger and utility. Known scientifically as Pangium edule, every part of this 18-meter-tall tree is laced with hydrogen cyanide, making it entirely poisonous in its natural state. Its fruit, often called football fruit, is especially lethal if consumed fresh. Yet, in a testament to human ingenuity, the toxic seeds can be transformed into a culinary delicacy through meticulous preparation. The seeds are boiled, then buried in ash and banana leaves for weeks, allowing the cyanide to dissipate. Once detoxified, the seeds become the base for dishes like rawon, a dark, flavorful stew beloved in Java, and ayam buah keluak, a staple of Peranakan cuisine in Singapore and Malaysia. Even the tree's young leaves find use in traditional recipes across Indonesia. Deadly in its raw form, but a treasure in the kitchen with careful handling, the pangi tree straddles the fine line between poison and sustenance. Poison ivy. Leaves of 3, let them be, is a wise rule to follow if you want to avoid poison ivy, one of nature's most notorious skin irritants. This plant is found almost everywhere in the United States, except for Hawaii, Alaska, and parts of the southwestern deserts, making it a common hazard for hikers and gardeners alike. Poison ivy typically features a single large center leaf flanked by 2 smaller ones. While their shape can vary, all end in a distinct point. The leaves change color with the seasons, reddish in spring, green in summer, and yellow or orange in the fall, making them a year-round concern. Contact with poison ivy can cause a persistent, itchy rash that's as uncomfortable as it is infamous. Avoiding it is simple. Steer clear of plants with the hallmark 3-leaf pattern, and always be cautious when exploring the outdoors. poison oak. Like its close relative poison ivy, poison oak sports the telltale three-leaf pattern, with a large middle leaf and two smaller ones. Its name comes from its lobed leaves, which resemble those of an oak tree. Unlike the shiny green of poison ivy, poison oak's leaves are a duller shade of green and have a slightly hairy texture on both sides. This plant is just as troublesome as poison ivy, causing an itchy, irritating rash upon contact. Poison oak is widespread across the United States, thriving in various habitats and often lurking unnoticed in wooded areas, along trails, or even in backyards. Wild parsnip is a towering plant, reaching up to 5 feet tall, and is part of the parsley family, which also includes carrots and celery. Its yellow flowers form umbrella-shaped clusters, making it easy to spot along fields, pastures, and roadsides. The danger of wild parsnip lies in its sap, which reacts with sunlight to cause a blistering rash. Often, people don't even notice they've come into contact with it until painful, sun-triggered symptoms appear. This plant is widespread across North America, thriving in open habitats. Recognizing its distinctive flowers and avoiding direct contact is key to steering clear of its harmful effects. Atropa belladonna, Deadly Nightshade. Among the most infamous toxic plants in the world, Atropa belladonna, or Deadly Nightshade, stands out for its rich history, striking appearance, and lethal potency. This perennial herbaceous plant is native to Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia, and belongs to the Solanaceae family, which also includes edible relatives like tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants. However, unlike its culinary cousins, belladonna is as dangerous as it is fascinating. The entire plant, from its roots to its alluring berries, is infused with tropane alkaloids, a class of potent compounds that include atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine. These chemicals wreak havoc on the nervous system, disrupting neurotransmission and causing a range of effects, from hallucinations and delirium to respiratory failure and death. The roots contain the highest concentration of alkaloids, especially toward the end of the plant's growth cycle. The leaves reach peak toxicity during the budding and flowering stages, and the berries, though sweet and deceptively enticing, especially to children, are a leading cause of accidental poisoning. Ingesting even a small amount can cause severe symptoms, including dry mouth, rapid heart rate, confusion, and hallucinations. Higher doses lead to paralysis, convulsions, and death. Belladonna has been intertwined with human culture for centuries, both as a poison and as a medicine. Its name, meaning beautiful woman in Italian, originates from its historic use by women in Renaissance Italy, who used extracts to dilate their pupils, a then fashionable effect attributed to its atropine content. Other historical uses include Cleopatra's beauty secret, Egyptian henbane, another nightshade, was used similarly for eye enhancement, ancient remedies, Greek and Roman healers utilized belladonna and related plants for pain relief, sedation, and even as love potions. Witchcraft and folklore. Belladonna was rumored to be a key ingredient in witches' flying ointments, heightening its reputation as a plant of dark magic. Giant hogweed, Heracleum mantegazzianum, also known as the cartwheel flower or giant cow parsley, is a towering plant native to the Caucasus region of Eurasia. Introduced to Britain in the 19th century as an ornamental, it has since become a dangerous invasive species. The plant's toxic sap contains furanocoumarins, which can cause severe skin burns and blisters when exposed to sunlight. Reactions can occur within minutes and leave lasting scars. Aside from its harmful effects on humans, giant hogweed aggressively spreads, outcompeting native plants and disrupting ecosystems. It has even made its mark in popular culture, appearing in the Genesis song The Return of the Giant Hogweed and Charlotte MacLeod's novel Curse of the Giant Hogweed. Admire it from far. This plant is more trouble than it's worth. Toxic plants from the Southern Hemisphere will be explored in part 2, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And remember, the Earth truly is supernatural.